cliche name after MySpace, you know. Slash.
Fun pictures,
Yep.
interactive bulletins.
You can find out their sign, if they're single, you know, just everything. You know, stalking is outdated nowadays.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Stalking.
Yeah, you just go to MySpace. It's all the information right there.
Hey, Matt's here too.
What's up?
Well, I might have to get a space.
You need one. You need
Here
one.
all the time.
You don't have one? You don't have a space?
I don't have my space
I have
thing
my
either.
website. I figured that was enough. There was enough bullshit.
I got no
on there.
space.
MySpace, I tell you what, the
We
amount
have
of
to go
social
off the air,
networking I've done. I've met so many people through MySpace.
The opinions and words expressed here are those of the individual and not the management of URTV studio.
That's right. Because they don't like MySpace because you can get computer viruses. Maybe, I don't know. That could be slander. I don't know. It's
Drag up the chair.
Well, thank you. I just thought I'd stick my head in real quick and just say hi and see how everybody's doing. It doesn't look like you guys need me to actually entertain anybody, because you all seem to be doing a perfectly adequate job being entertaining.
Oh,
on
we've
your own
been
floor.
drinking this tea here that makes you say bad things.
Yes. Some teas will do that, I've been told. I think there's even scientific studies.
I am having to part the tea party early, unfortunately.
Are you able to, would you be able to read this?
WikiHow, yes.
Can you read that?
I'm going to go look into
Low teas.
Okay.
The terms high tea.
Here, slide that over for her.
you locked this, so I couldn't change the pictures.
I locked it so you couldn't change the pictures.
Yeah, wait 1 second.
Well, he's a control freak.
It's his show, but
I locked it so you couldn't change the pictures.
Where's the other picture in the picture?
Okay, I need to come a little
The bottom.
closer.
Oh, okay. You can't see much.
Okay, but
I know. I'm not gonna let it fall.
No, we can't let it touch. We have to. It has to be up on its legs.
Oh, on its little
That's
legs.
That's good. Yeah.
The term.
Is that making
See,
a lot of noise?
That's better.
The terms high tea and low tea are often confused. High tea or meat tea is dinner. During the Victorian period, working class families ate a substantial evening meal served family style, consisting of meat, bread, butter, potatoes, pickles, cheese, and of course, tea. The meal was called high tea because it was eaten at a high dining room table rather than a low tea table. Afternoon tea was called low tea because it was usually taken in a sitting room or withdrawing room. I've never heard of a withdrawing room before. Withdrawing from what?
You've heard of a drawing room, haven't you?
But I've not heard of a withdrawing
Well,
I
room.
guess it's like on your way
What
out.
would be a drawing room? Do you think people went and drew?
I'm not quite sure, but we'll have to look that up on Google.
I think that
All
was
right.
just shortened for withdrawing. Like, let's withdraw from here, we'll go to...
Yeah, I think on your way out, if when you're leaving someone's
so
house,
that's
you
kind
have
of like a little
parlor.
18th
Yeah, a little
century
parlor where
term. Let's
you'd be on your
withdraw
way
to
out.
the withdraw from the dining. Anyway, low tables were placed near sofas or chairs. Since low tea wasn't a meat.
Can I get a cup to go? And I might be able to come in.
Sure.
Since low tea wasn't a meal, but like an afternoon snack meant to stave off hunger, finger foods were the common fare. Low tea can be served at engagement parties, showers, or a complement to business meetings and other gatherings.
Can I get some
So this is a low tea.
There's plenty.
No, is there more?
To that, there's now it's steps. Note that the traditional time for low tea is 4 p.m. Guests do not stay beyond 7.
Right.
Got it.
Are we doing
Got
it
it.
right?
Got it.
We're doing low tea, right? Low tea.
Plan
What
your
is
setting, fresh flowers, tablecloths, cloth napkins,
Chicken bunny.
that? Chicken.
place cards, and doilies. You don't have any
No
doilies.
Well, we do it without doilies. We do low tea.
Well,
without
you
doilies.
can't have a low tea party without doilies.
We don't have low tables either. you
Okay,
know.
all right, so,
It's pretty low.
all right. Oh, where was I? Doilies add elegant touches. Music can enhance the atmosphere. We have
we have
music,
that.
we have Bach, John sings, we have musicians come in. Gather the essentials for any
Flaming
proper
people.
tea. A teapot of silver or bone china, we have our bone china here, is of course de rigueur. You will need a kettle to boil the water before you transfer it to the teapot. We are right on.
I'm telling you, go ahead.
You will also need a sugar bowl and a cream pitcher. Use tongs for the sugar bowl.
Did it say a silver platter?
Not yet. Well, we haven't
Okay,
gotten to that yet,
okay.
but we're getting there.
Okay.
A sugar spoon for granulated or raw sugar crystals. Arrange the teapot, sugar bowl, and pitcher on a silver tray. It's all. Did you read this before?
No, I just found this last night. I found it last night. But we are teaching Asheville how to have low tea, aren't we? Okay.
Yeah, and they ought to come here and have some.
They ought to. Have you had some? Did you
Yeah, I
have
have some. It's delicious. Thank you.
Additional trays may be needed for serving, depending upon the size of your gathering. Use your best china cups, saucers, and dessert plates. Well, we get our china from
Goodwill.
Goodwill. But I bought some beautiful crystal glasses the other day there with 24 karat gold rim on them for 25 cents a glass.
Right. I
was at Habitat for Humanity. They had a lot of good china there too. Also,
I was using the same china that the Queen uses until it hit the floor. So
Yes, it was called Edme.
So China is the only thing
It
not
was
made
this-
in China.
It's Wedgwood, Edme.
There we go. China is the only thing not made in China?
well, no, good china
No,
is
actually, this is called Conway. Sorry, Conway.
Conway is
I don't know much about China.
Oh, that's you don't have the good stuff.
this is Japanese china.
This is English.
That's what is it? Some of the china that was made during the
Finland.
Occupation.
This is Finland china.
It's international tea.
occupation.
The
That's right.
occupation.
China. Occupied.
This is
Occupy
Syracuse.
Japan.
Syracuse china.
Okay,
well,
so
yeah, well after the Wedgwood hit the floor, the tea service, I'm afraid it became bizarre. Okay, now tell me, what is your name?
My name is Jen
Okay.
Bowen.
they've got enough.
You say,
info. Look it up on the
wait,
internet.
Wait, there's
Oh,
more.
oh.
There's more.
Well, let her talk.
Okay, wait a minute.
She's our honored guest.
How far did we get?
We got right in here.
Okay, so right here's
So-
a good place. Okay, we'll stop here for a minute and we'll have guests talk, but then we'll get back to tea. Now, your name is
Jenny Bowen.
Jenny Bowen.
Yes.
Okay, now tell us Jenny Bowen.
I was, well, JJ asked me to be here today, so I don't know where he is, but thank JJ.
Okay.
And I was working on the Faces of Asheville project. Now, you may or may not have heard about it.
Oh, I saw the card. And
Right.
yes, and I know, and your place got broken
It got
into.
burglarized on Sunday night. And
Oh, so you're the one that JJ's going to have come in again tomorrow?
am I coming in tomorrow?
That's when you're supposed to be.
He told me Friday. I was like, "Are you sure?" Right after work, and he was like, "Be here on Friday." And I was like,
Did he tell
Okay,
you
so
5
maybe you're
o'clock?
not.
Yeah, he said 5 o'clock.
That's his show tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Tisk. Well, I'm having tea in the meantime.
Now.
Yes, and
You're
so
having
have some
tea. You're
cookies
welcome
and some
to come
tea,
and have tea.
and you can tell us.
And what
you
show
can
is
tell
that?
the world about it.
Yeah.
Matt Howard Live,
So I should
What
come
time?
tomorrow.
5 o'clock on Saturday.
Channel 20.
Right here, yes.
He's shameless. I like that.
Yes, well,
Matt Howard's
well
hour of
every once in a
shameless
while it
promotion.
escapes me, so
Shameless-
I appreciate you being on the ball like that,
That's
Joe.
Matt Howard's hour
I
of shameless
confess to
self-promotion.
huge
Having a rough
pride.
day.
Well, I slept till about 1 today, which I don't do very
There you
often. I'm
go.
usually getting up at
But you're-
4 in the
you're,
morning as opposed to
You're
1 in the afternoon.
transparent. There you go. And drop it down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Sort of off the.
My
yeah.
computer's kind of.
You can put the camera on the computer, and then we can see what's on the
Well,
computer.
lovely to meet you, and I'm sorry about your studio. That's
That's
really
fine.
like,
It's a bummer.
yeah.
So finish telling us
Oh, now
about
tell
your
us
story.
about your art. You
So-
do faces.
Right. Well, the project was. See, I've lived in Nashville 15 years now,
Okay.
and I graduated from high school, graduated from college, moved away. Needed to get out. Getting out taught me how great it really is. You have
Okay.
to lose what you have to appreciate it often.
Don't miss the
Unfortunately.
water till the well runs dry.
Exactly. So I came over, I came back home, and I realized it was Asheville's a really amazing place, and there's a lot of amazing people here, and a certain special kind of unique individual is attracted to this area.
Hippies.
Well, not just hippies. There's a whole gambit of interesting folk, but they're all interesting and they're all talented. So I started documenting people through street photography, and eventually, after 3 years of working on the project called FacesOfAsheville.com, I was able to secure enough funds to buy a studio space, or I rented a studio space in my house, and then went ahead and bought all the equipment, camera, everything, switched over to digital. I've been doing film for the past 10 years. So I was taking photographs, trying to document all these unique individuals in Asheville. Everybody was supposed to bring one thing with them. It could be anything they want, just had to be a piece of their personality. So we had one gentleman who brought, he brought his beard and his hair. He had been growing it for a full year. It was his birthday when he came over, and his whole picture wanted to be the process of him cutting himself clean and shaving his head, a year's worth of growth.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. People brought crystals, people brought butterflies, people brought dogs, kids, anything, everything. And anyways, it was going to be a great project. 108 people had participated. And then on Sunday night, some hoodlum vandal broke into my studio, trashed it, stole some jewelry, some pocket change, then my camera, and some of my equipment. And the hard drive that had all the pictures on it.
Right. They can probably get a crack rock for that, though.
Probably. That's what I'm guessing.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's a real sad thing. So for about 48 hours, I was pretty devastated and having to deal with the idea of, well, do I do it over again or not? And the community support coming back into this from the people who didn't even have their pictures taken, who were just following the process, they said, the support was so amazing that I said, I still have to document this community. It's still an amazing community. It still has to happen. So I'm starting over from scratch. And
oh, good, because see, you missed my picture first time around.
yeah, but now I can get it the second time.
I remember the invitation to that party, and I was out of town, and I was
So
bummed. 'Cause
now I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah, I got an invitation to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to start over. I'm going to go ahead and try and run out of studio space for 6 months, make it a longer project. I'm trying to use this as a stepping stone to actually make it bigger and better.
Right, this has been your practice run.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to put the positive perspective on
And what have you learned? Bars on the window.
it. Don't have a studio in your
There are very
home.
few places
Yeah.
that you couldn't break into in Asheville with a credit card.
Yeah.
Bars on the windows.
That is so true.
When I lived in Coconut Grove, I used to live in Coconut Grove, and the last year that I lived in Coconut Grove,
I'm getting the first picture.
one of the houses on the street that I lived on put bars on their windows and bars on their front door and all this kind of stuff, steel bars, And we all kind of made fun of them and stuff like that. But look how paranoid they are. They put bars on their windows.
I know, that was when I came here from New Orleans. That was the first thing I noticed.
No
Nobody
bars.
had burglar bars.
Yeah.
And then,
I'm like,
and then
I'm moving here.
by the end of the year, every house on the block,
We had them in New York. Everything was barred.
every house on the block
But
had
see,
bars
I
on
hate
their
to live in
windows.
that paranoid state of fear.
Well,
I mean,
then just you may as well just give your cameras away.
like, please come break into my house.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Southern charm is something that I do pride myself in, and one of the reasons I stay in Asheville. And there's a sense of innocence and trust
Well, there's a sad thing going
rapidly
on
disappearing.
called rampant crackheads. And
And
there's
all over the
there's so many
world.
crackheads in this town that a decent bum can't make a living.
a decent
A
what?
decent bum can't even make a living in this town for all the crackheads
Yeah.
running around. So
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I went to all the
Whoa,
pawn
look at
shops
that.
the
We
next
should have
day.
a-
But
strange how it has a line running through it.
That was the other reason that I moved here, is that in New Orleans, where I moved here from,
a line running through it.
everybody was packing a gun.
Put it on the
Really?
big one again.
When did you move here from?
In '89.
in '89. Yeah, so you've been here for a good
Well, the
while.
big
yeah.
picture has
Good
a line
while.
in it.
But yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
I
it.
don't want to have to pack heat.
seems so odd.
I'll shoot my foot off before I protect myself. I know I will.
We'll
I was
put it
thinking
back
about
to
getting a gun-
medium
a
or small
dog- a
picture
dog
so
instead
the
of
line
a-
doesn't
yeah.
show.
That's what
That's
my-
good. We can have them whirling around up there.
That they can be a big deterrent, a big dog, big.
I will say this, that Asheville needs a safe place of studios that you could rent.
Yeah, because
So
Riverside
where was your
District
studio?
is not- It was downtown next to the skate park on Cherry Street. It was in my home. So,
Oh, okay.
So you're saying like a communal building dedicated just to artists
Right,
and
like
studios?
a storage
used to
unit.
have one.
Yeah,
You know, because the storage units are basically glorified high school lockers.
yeah.
You know, I mean, if you really wanted in,
They're
one-
not safe either. I had bands when I used to practice, and it was scary because you pull the door down and
Right.
well,
And
know,
then you
it's
can't-
not
you
really
can't-
made for this.
You
You
can't
know,
really lock yourself in it.
but
you
it's
know,
not
and-
made for. It's not made for what you were doing in
And
there.
if somebody wanted to steal your car, they could just walk up while you're in the unit, slide the lock it,
Yeah.
put a pencil in there,
Yeah.
and then break into your car with all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no places where you could just go
Yeah.
and rent a room, even if it was this size,
Right.
have a metal door,
Yeah.
and be surrounded by concrete. Or I would rent one, and it's really made it so I haven't been able to do work the 7 years I've been here, because every time I get a place, I'm like, it's not secure enough. And if I draw attention, if I try to advertise myself as, hey, I do,
Right.
Media. And the thing is the media stuff is the high theft stuff. Anything computers,
Yep.
photography,
Yep.
because, if
People
somebody,
identify it and they can
somebody
move
says
it. You can-
$50, I'll give you this camera. It's,
You can move it.
That's an expensive camera. Okay,
Yeah.
But people aren't gonna. Wow, look at that console that just came up on this computer. It was a Wheatston. So anyway,
No, I agree with you though. We do need some, the city should, give grants or whatnot to artists to have a free studio space for 6 months. Do whatever you want to do. For 6 months, you got that.
or even if a developer or whoever said,
That'd be smart.
it would be really smart, and I think it'd be a huge success.
It'd be an enormous
I think
success.
an arts complex with studios and living space just for artists would be a huge success.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can set it up as a cooperative too if you wanted.
Just
You
let
know?
Can we have more reading now?
I would
We
live
can't-
in
we
my
can't
car
let this-
and
we
rent
can't
a
let
place
the-
like
Oh,
that.
I'm
we
sorry.
can't plug the fans on the
I,
bottom.
Okay.
I would rather
Can we
have
have more reading?
an office to work in than a house to live in. Like, if that's what it took.
But you don't need
But
to
they
get
should
too
be
close to the
affordable.
mic, it just needs to point to you, it's real loud. All right, we're gonna have more reading about tea.
Oh,
Tea reading.
Okay, I'm gonna go check my editing.
Good, I'm gonna steal my place back.
Gather the essentials for any proper tea. A teapot
I'm going
of
to go
silver or bone
fiddle in- I'm
china.
actually going to go fiddle in the.
Additional trays may be
Dump cart
needed
for a
for
few minutes.
serving
See
depending
mine?
upon the size of your
Yes, you're more than
gathering.
welcome to come.
Use your best china.
And you can-
If serving
because
loose tea, you
I
will
heard they-
also need an
you kind of
infuser
become a cause celeb in the
or a
past few
steeper.
days with, like,
Select
what happened.
teas for the affair. Provide guests with a selection of loose teas or tea bags. Provide individual infusers. Are you leaving? It's really nice to meet
I
you.
have to go to the theater. I'm on my way, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right,
was
well,
nice
we'll just
meeting you.
play.
Good luck.
We'll just play musical chairs for a moment.
Okay. I'm going to wander back in a few minutes. I'm just going to go set something up.
Search for low tea recipes. You can find a plethora of low tea recipes in cookbooks and online. You can make tempting tidbits for yourself, create menus of pre-made purchases, or you might have your tea catered. Low tea traditionally consists of of dainty tea sandwiches, desserts, finger foods, and a hot dish in colder months. Petit fours, tarts, cream puffs, and scones are among the most common offerings, accompanied by jams, lemon curd, and clotted cream. That sounds divine. Mail invitations to your guests. Now, you're not doing that.
No.
And you're not either giving us some cream puffs or any scones or lemon curd.
Where's the clotted cream?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking.
It's right here because
Mail invitations.
It's from last week.
Mail invitations to your guests. Email invitations are terribly gauche.
What about video invitations?
Well, this person who wrote this had a lot of wonderful things to say, but they obviously don't understand that email is okay.
There, I'm sorry.
You gotta watch out for that.
Email is okay. Place low tables around the sofas and chairs. Suggest hats and gloves. Hats and gloves for the ladies to add an old world flair to your party. Presumably, such ladies would also be wearing dresses rather than pants.
What about lab coats?
We have because this is a
You
bad
might
si-
suggest that the ladies come in dresses. Note that properly gloves should be removed before eating or drinking or smoking anything. So when you're doing that smoking, take those gloves off. Also, according to the etiquette of that old world era, the visiting ladies are expected to keep their hats on, while the hostess should be bareheaded, as she is presumably in her own home. As long as we're discussing this, barring religious observance, a gentleman is expected to remove his hat when indoors, even when he's not at a tea party. But hats are considered accessories for women, but for men, you should take that hat off.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't
Well,
know
this
that.
is a mad scientist tea party. And we have certain license for mad scientists.
Yeah,
Tea
we
Party.
don't have any scones, and we don't have any lemon curd, and we can wear the Bubba hats.
And where our license is most taken is in our dress code, because you're not going to find any tea tips that say, you know, the dress code should be wear a lab coat if you've got one. But
right.
for the Mad Scientist Tea Party, that's the dress code is wear a lab coat if you've got
Okay,
one.
well, here you go, right here. Where our theme is a mad scientist, so you can pick a theme for your tea and coordinate foods, dishes, music, and perhaps even costumes. So we are decked out as a
Oreos?
mad scientist. So a mad scientist would not necessarily have scones and lemon curd.
That's right.
So you're forgiven.
What do we have? Candy DVDs. They're coming, folks.
Okay, you can scroll some more. There's a mouse if you want to use it. Okay, you can do that.
Wait, quit.
Am I allowed to order food to go on the air?
No.
You can't mention the restaurant.
I can't.
That would be a shameless
Well,
plug.
I could say
You
vegetable
want to left click.
tortilla.
You could name the food you're ordering, but not
Right.
the restaurant.
Now, is there some more to read?
Hire
Vegetable
live
format, that's what I
musicians to lend a salon air to the affair or to accentuate a cultural theme.
Unless said
Hand-paint
particular
place
restaurant
cards
underwritten this show and sent
and
lots of food.
invitations with simple watercolored signs, or select invitations and place
Get myself in
cards to
trouble.
fit your theme. Remember, the purpose of finger foods served at low T is to allow guests to take small bites and easily maintain a conversation. One is not merely taking tea to satisfy hunger, but to take time to converse and enjoy the company of close friends. If you've been lucky enough to be a guest at a tea, you must handwrite and mail a thank you note. Don't put it off, and you won't become more grateful as time goes by. So write a few heartfelt lines to your host as soon as you get home. Address it and mail it at the very next post.
Where do we mail it to?
Well, they say use an email as ghost, but we're
We'll send them
taking
here.
scientific license on
Yeah,
that. We're taking Mad Scientist Tea Party license on that. It's not Ghost if it's the Mad Scientist Tea Party. It fits in with the theme.
Can we put a check of a donation? Oh, wait, can't talk about
Yes. That's right, and I meant to mention, boys and girls, keep those cards and letters coming in, and don't forget those checks, because them's what keeps us on the air.
You're not allowed to do that. He meant checks. I can't say brand names. Never mind. We'll just keep getting ourselves in trouble.
If you could hand me the mouse, I could mouse something else up for you.
Yeah, but I'm going to show you my video that I uploaded.
Okay,
That I just.
but don't clog. Don't put anything.
Can I put it on my lap?
No. Okay. Pick it up and look at the bottom. Pick it up and
Okay, I'll
look.
take your word for
It
it.
has fans on the bottom. They have to have air.
Okay.
I can give you a thing to hold it on your lap with, wherever it is. It's in my bag over
Happy
there.
birthday to Joanne Freeberg, if I didn't say that before.
Happy birthday, Joanne.
Happy birthday. And there was one other person, and I'll remember the name.
We could have people call
There's-
in and we could.
People's names that I think it would be good to have birthday announcements.
Yeah.
If people want, let you know.
We have
Tea
people
toasts. We'll call it tea toast.
call in and recommend food for me to order.
Tea toast
No,
today.
you're going to sign me out and sign you in.
Happy birthday
Then
to
I'll never
Jody.
be able to get back to my Gmail again because I don't know my password or something.
And hello to
Oh no,
Go
I
ahead.
don't want to do that.
Go ahead.
John 1 Blackwell
Okay, go
at
ahead.
Gmail.
Go ahead.
to Colleen
Right, there comes,
and all the
here
other
comes-
friendly folk that I'll
Here
see tomorrow
comes the
morning.
spam.
And Kayleen.
Well, we've torn up the tea table. Our silver tray is all sideways. Oh, but didn't we nail down low T?
Yes,
Weren't you surprised?
Yes.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Down to the silver tray. Nailed
Proper
it.
etiquette. Very good etiquette.
Nailed it.
Do you ever serve a Russian tea or any other types of teas?
No, I really don't. I used to in the past, but once I found this tea from Wuyi Mountain,
Yeah,
it was just so.
it worked out.
It was just so good that I just went with it. It was just. Here it is. Now, do you want to make your thing bigger?
Yes.
The page bigger,
thank you.
or is that as big as it gets?
Wow. I gotta keep this mini.
I almost brought Happy in, but I think he would have been unruly.
Is that a dog?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Is he in the car? Oh,
No.
All right,
He's at home.
Make the big.
He's at home
make
in
the
the
big
air
button.
conditioning, John, sleeping on the couch. I
No,
know.
Not that one. Not that one. The other one. The other one.
You know, we have
Oh, can you do
TVs
it there?
that you can look in. I could
Full
tell.
screen. Okay, now. Okay, look. There it is.
Get off the couch, Happy.
Now, does it get any louder?
I don't know. I don't know how to turn.
Oh.
Oops. I don't know how to turn your volume up.
It's over on the side. I think it's all the way up, beside where the mouse plugs in.
Oh, okay.
All right, now we have two full-size screens running.
Put that in the camera.
Uh-oh. You pressed something.
I don't know why I might do it. I might need to turn my volume up.
Is that your DVD?
It's a little clip that I just uploaded to Google
Ooh.
on making silk roses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. How's that?
Yeah. We can have this mic will be.
The little blue.
Is it picking that up, John?
Uh-huh. Oh, the speakers are up on top of the thing.
Yeah.
You could put it up on top of the thing, turn it upside down on one of those little speakers. Can you hear it? No, on the speaker. You see the little speakers that
Yeah,
surround
it's
things.
stuck under the tray.
We'll pull it out.
Here you go.
Yeah, when you're through
What's
with
that?
it, even though it's got a little more body to it, it holds better. It still gives you a beautiful,
And that's with mine.
delicate.
And this is
Have
Davine.
wireless.
This is Davine
So that's
making
my
silk
favorite.
roses.
Each
Well,
of these
telling them
just
how to-
a slightly different
Is it good
look to the
or bad?
fabric, but,
I don't know.
they'll
I
all
like
be
it.
pretty.
That's what I'm
And I
at.
found the best
Well,
to work with
it sounds awful. Here, you listen to it and see what you think. But it's coming through the computer speakers. The computer speakers always sound awful.
vintage silk
Well, maybe you need to talk while it's playing.
that I've used for
At home
inspiration.
on my computer, it sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Whenever I'm playing it through Final Cut, it sounds good. It might be being filtered through compressed, going up to Google, and coming back down.
This is going to show on the air right here. I mean, this is going to show on.
Yeah, this show is going to, and when it gets burned to DVD, this is just, compressed and uploaded through Google.
Hey,
And this
Kim,
is just little
Look at the
clips
scissor
of it.
shot. That's a great scissor cam.
Fabric.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say your production is improving. Right
I think so,
along.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and my sound at home is great on my
Well,
computer.
then it should